Now let's talk about list comprehensions. These are one of Python's most loved features. They allow you to build lists using single concise line of code instead of multiple lines with loops. As I type, think of this as a shortcut for creating new lists from existing ones. So let's say I have a list of words here, and words are data, pipeline, index, and AI. Now let's say I want to create a new list called length, which will capture the length of each one of those words in this array. Now, the older way would have been length equal an empty array, and then we would loop over each word in words, and we would do length dot append the word length. And if I print this out, here we get 4, 8, 9, and 2. Now, here we had to do it in 3 lines, but with list comprehensions, we could do length, and let's just call it length2 equal. Now, I want you to return the length of W, for W is the word in words. So just to keep it consistent, I'll call this words and this word. Again, create a new list with the length of word for each word in words. This will give us the same output as what we've done in 3 lines over here. Let's try a different one. Let's say I want to create a list of only the short words. And let's define short as any word that is less than 3 letters. So in here, I would do, I want you to return the word for word in words only if the word length is less than 3, maybe less than or equal. Now, if I print this, we get back a list that only contains the word AI. So again, let's try to read this. We create a list that contains the word in words only if the length is less than or equal 3. You notice with the if statement here, this is what we call a conditional filter. Now, obviously, if you were to do this the normal way, you would have created an empty list, and then you would have needed to create a for loop that iterates over each word in words, and you will create the if statement within which you will be checking for that condition, and only if you meet that condition, then you would be appending that word into your list. But with list comprehensions, we're able to do that in 1 line in a kind of a concise, beautiful way. Now let's see one more example if we wanted to create pairs of numbers. So if I wanted to create a list of tuples where each tuple is a pair of number, basically all the possible combinations of the numbers 0 through 1 and 0 through 2, we would do something that looks like this. So here's my pairs. Would be a list of a tuple, where the tuple is x and y, where the x, so for x, is a number in the range of 0 to 2. And within that, there's a nested loop. So here's another loop for y in range up until 1, or maybe 3, just to get 0 through 2. If I print that out, we get 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 2, and then 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. So in a single line of code, you were able to create all of those possible pairs. List comprehensions are elegant, fast, and Pythonic, but remember to always keep them simple. Once these start getting complicated, it is better to use for loops and if statements just so you can keep your code readable and better for clarity.